questions for Kahliel?
Clay, how good does a win like that feel? You know, obviously you guys have had a couple this season, but just to really be able to enforce your will down the stretch and be sort of comfortable and get a lot of guys playing time, that sort of thing.
I think it's great. It's definitely great mentally. Like you said, it's giving other players more time down the stretch than maybe they would have had, and it gives us some lessons too. Like even when you're in a game like that, it's easy to get complacent. Being up like 20 with 12 minutes left, it's easy to get complacent, but leads can get blown in any game. So that's just a teaching point there. Coach made sure we stayed focused, and it's definitely good for morale. It's having a win like that where everybody can kind of relax before the game is even over, just a little bit more. Everything's not uptight. You know, it's definitely a good feeling.
Talk about morale. You know, your record's not real good, but your coach said you could become a dangerous team, maybe. He listed a couple of reasons. I mean, what does it feel like tonight? You were excited in the locker room, I guess, right?
Definitely we're excited. I think it's just, we really believe in ourselves. Like Coach said, we know that we got something good going here. We've played all the top teams in the conference really close. With the exception of the Purdue-Fort Wayne game, every game we played in conference has been close. So we know that we can hang with anybody, and as long as we stay focused and on the right path, continue to build, not settle on anything, I think we'll be able to show that as consistent as we have in the past week.
You guys struggled early on in the season when it came to rebounding in certain games. Tonight you have season best 52, 16 on offensive board. You guys can sometimes be a little smaller compared to other teams, but lately been really good on the boards. Has that been an emphasis toward practice?
It definitely has. Coach does this thing, this drill called hit with the pad, where they shoot the shot and then they have two coaches with a pad and we have to box them out and learn on how to trace the ball, reading how it comes off the rim, stuff like that. So that's how we've been working on defensive boards, and then they always emphasize our go guys crashing offensive boards. So our forwards and like one wing, they always want three of us to go to the glass and two to get back. So I think that we're just starting to embrace that more, and we're starting to see it pay off whenever we actually do go. So sometimes you just learn from experience, and we're starting to see that it works whenever we do it. So it's definitely good.
Let's talk about your development and, you know, learning how to be decisive, I guess, on the court. Can you just kind of talk to us about that, like developing that side of it, like how that's coming with you and sort of who you're leaning on, that kind of thing?
Yeah, so that's a good question, because whenever I just think back to my freshman year in college, just learning to try and play the game, things seemed really fast. And coming from high school, wherever I was able to dominate a little bit more, it was a learning curve. So one thing I had to do was learn how to slow the game down myself, and I just do that by just knowing like what's going on the court, knowing the plays, knowing the scouts, so I can kind of see things a couple steps ahead, and I'm not trying to react to everything on time. So that's definitely good. And just every year, I feel like the more you play, the more experience you get, the more the game slows down, and it becomes easier to make those decisions. Because whenever you're younger, you might think that you have to make something happen within the first 3 seconds that you touch the ball, and through experience, you see that it's a 30-second possession. The ball will come back to you. You just got to continue to do the right things. So it's definitely just something that comes with experience.
You guys, even though the record isn't as great right now, you're still only a couple of games behind teams that are in 6th and 7th place due to how the standings are working out. You guys still feel like a lot to play for, especially considering that a couple of good weeks you can move up real high in the standings?
Definitely. We don't want to look too far ahead, try and take it one game at a time, but we see that, and we see that we're starting to pick up some momentum. So I feel like if we continue to build that momentum, these next few stretch of games, we can get going. We've won 2 of our last 4, I believe, which is a good start because we didn't start off with any wins the first few games. So we just, like I said earlier, we can't settle. We got to continue to have hard practices, the things that have gotten us in this position, and continue to work every day, and things will take care of themselves.
Thank you, Kahliel.
No problem. Thank you.